Hello everyone, it's Collrane or Collrane Tarot here on YouTube. My pronouns are they, them, and today I'm going to be creating an angel messages reading. So let's get this space set and just invite in the angels, the higher guides of angelic consciousness, of wisdom, of truth and alignment to please enter our space and allow for this reading to commence today. So wherever you are, I hope that you are enjoying your day, and just get into a space of relaxation and enjoy my garden with me. That's where we are right now. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. If you already feel drawn to a pile or all 3 of them, or more than one, you know the drill. Meet me in the piles that you, or just one pile that you have selected, and let's get going. So, hello pile 1. If you selected this first card, this is going to be your angel reading, and we are going to start to channel in angelic consciousness that is assisting you right now and what they want you to know. So we're starting with a sacred geometry activation oracle, just to get us into the frequency of multidimensional realities that we already are connected to as human beings. So these multidimensional realities, when I say this, because for some of you I feel you're newer to this line of spiritual reading, multidimensional realities simply mean that we as humans, as multidimensional beings, can access other dimensions of consciousness, other dimensions of reality that interweave within our third dimensional reality, and oftentimes these do connect us to consciousness that origins from galactic and cosmic energy, if that makes sense. So other star beings, other star systems, other galaxies. And for a lot of you, that is what I'm really feeling here, is that this is more connected to consciousness that you would consider to be alien, quote unquote. But for you, it really feels like something that, the heart space has been activated for me stepping into this reading, and so it feels like something that you channel in through a spiritual practice of yours, rather than something that feels so ungrounded or elevated as being like a conspiracy theory. I don't know how to use the right words to describe. Sometimes when people go through spiritual awakenings, they have almost like a detachment from our shared reality as a collective human force, and that can really cause some issues within the individual life. But for you, what I'm saying is that you're very much grounded and centered within this material reality, but your own doubt can sometimes keep you from validating that these experiences and these knowings are real. So looking at this first card that you have, Emergence, the frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from this place. A lot of you, I feel, are very much noticing how your reality is trying to direct you towards the beauty within life. You're seeing life as more beautiful. Nature responds to you more. When you go outside and you want to connect with a certain plant or animal, it's actually getting to the point where it responds to you. You feel that connection, and you can see through those through the third dimension and into higher realms of consciousness beginning now. Your angel guide, I do feel, is more connected to Archangel Metatron, who I see as kind of like this higher manifestation of all of the archangels. This is a really, really high elevated consciousness form. And so for a lot of you, you're really sometimes overwhelmed with the amount of information that's coming your way right now. And I do feel like grounding practice is really, really essential for you right now, and also taking breaks from studying spiritual information. So this idea of emergence allows you to step into things slowly and to take your time. For some of you, this isn't manifesting necessarily through like spiritual research, but this is manifesting through like reality upgrades. So for some of you, you may believe in or practice like jumping timelines, but there's just like big shifts in your physical reality that may reflect some of these changes in your like conscious awareness of things. So yeah, I'm gonna start pulling cards from Apocalyptic Theater, which is a deck that I created, just to get more of an idea of how this angelic guide connects with you, what they want in terms of your spiritual journey. Thank you, angelic guide of pile 1. Okay. Well, right away we have this card that does depict someone reading tarot. So I think for a lot of you, you're going to need to sit down and do your own divination. This can be, birth chart reading. This can be pulling runes for yourself. This can be casting bones, going outside and going for a walk in nature, especially since that message about you being able to connect with natural guides really came through. And the fact that there are animals really present and a lot of like natural elements present in this card. But both of these figures are sitting in kind of a deserty landscape, meaning that for a lot of you, this is like you may be feeling like you're on your own in your spiritual journey right now. And so this angel wants to come through and show you that, hey, you're always guided. There's forces that you can't always see with your physical eyes, but you can sense with your spiritual ones, that are walking with you and really helping you to take the right steps in your path right now. The Lux Occulta card is saying that Lux Occulta means hidden light. So there's something about, and then the Merkaba figure here, or the form here. So there's something about, yes, spiritual ascension through the physical body, connecting to the physical realm as well. And bringing out that light from within, and not being afraid really of what others think. I think for a lot of you, you're afraid of judgment. You're afraid of what people might think about you because of these beliefs or these experiences that you've been having. But I think that it's really important for you to quiet all those voices that do not belong to you, and really step into that experience of moving forward, because here we have the Curriculum Hermetis card, and this is the 7th card in the Major Arcana. So this card, traditionally through the Rider-Waite-Coleman-Smith system, talks about movement forward and would be more of like a chariot type of energy. Curriculum Hermetis means the chariot of Hermes. So this is a really strong like upgrade of the conscious awareness of alchemy, of magic, and of language in those particular orders, I guess. Because for a lot of you, this is talking about really upgrading from past life experiences, and this doesn't have to be, past lives, although it can. But I do really feel like this is within this lifetime, you're experiencing an alchemical transformation right now. There's a lot of communication with spirits that has been happening for you that I feel is very different from what you've experienced prior to this awakening moment. Because I feel for a lot of you with that emergence card, this is like a spirit guide coming to really help you with a spiritual awakening, and show you that you're not alone through this process, and that a lot of the things that you're, coming into contact with, they are real. It just depends on how you allow yourself to interpret and ground that information, which is really important for you at this time. Being able to explain things in a way that sits right with your ability to rationalize and integrate your experiences, because I feel like some of you may have been experiencing connections to spiritual information that feel a bit unsettling because it doesn't feel like you can apply it in your material life. And so it's really important for you to sit with this information and uncover from within yourself, like this Lux Occulta card suggests, and a bit of the Stella Magorum, because I feel like they're connected, the Magician's Star. This really allows you to become the magician in the sense of like spiritually translating this information and also moving it through your body, because information, it does not just exist on an intellectual level. Information has frequency. You experience it through the body. And so hopefully through my voice at this moment in time, you are receiving some kind of mental to physical healing where there's a release of this tension type of energy that's built up within the body to allow this spiritual awakening to emerge through your reality and celebrate the beauty that it's going to bring into your life. So let's get a more concrete message, from this angel, from the Beyond Lemuria cards by Izzy Ivy. And here's the image, so I'll let you look at that for a moment. And we'll read it together. So it says, journey to wholeness. Love from a sense of wholeness. We may have concepts of others that are not really who they are, due to subconscious projections or ideals. We could have the idea that we will feel better about ourselves when we achieve a goal or status. This takes us out of the present and puts conditions on love. Hold the vision that you and others are already perfect. Thus, we can heal through the transformative power of acceptance. Acknowledge the full spectrum and bring any fractured parts back to the present moment. Here we are whole and empowered to step into the brightest version of ourselves. A lot of you have been doing a lot of shadow work recently, and there's something here about reaching a point of stagnation within the shadow, within that work to alchemize that frustration. And if you're watching this around the time that I posted, the Venus retrograde is coming forwards in Leo, and that brings me back to the Lux Occulta card because I associate this card with the sign of Leo, and it also represents the 40 days and 40 nights, which is the same time period of the Venus retrograde. So for a lot of you, you're going to be able to have the chance to relieve yourself of any karma from past connections, from grudges and resentments that you're holding on to from past relationships. And you're going to be able to really see this from a more angelic perspective because your angels really need you to release this frequency that your body, that your lifetime is holding within the dimensions of time and space. And so it's really important for you to reintegrate this more whole experience of reality where you can accept that, there are negative experiences and negative energies that you've conjured within your own life and that other people have conjured around you, and you're able to really move through and release this experience. The spider may be a significant guide because I just watched it walk over the selenite, and there's also this spider web here. So there's something about, weaving together reality. The hair almost looks like spider-like. And so it's interesting. Maybe look into what the spiritual significance of a spider means for you personally. And finally, I'm going to get a card from the Dream Interpretation Oracle so that this may conjure some experience within your life, that you need to connect with. So they're pointing us to the house. Your home is really important, even if your home is a moving home, or if you've been thinking about, starting van life or something like that, or going on vacation, or moving, literally moving your house to another location and, moving your life. All these themes are being brought up here. So whatever that means for you, for some of you, this is just energetically moving energy within your own home, doing your own kind of cleansing ritual and calling forth spirits that live within your home. If you're comfortable with that, to be able to be really conscious about what energetic frequency your home carries right now for you, because it's a really big part of your awakening. So that's all I'm seeing for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for being here with me and allowing your angelic guides to come through and be channeled by me today. I pray that this brought you so much love, so many blessings, and I will see you in another video, my friend. Hello, Pile 2. You selected the second card. This is your reading. I'm gonna just quick cleanse over this area with a cedar spray. Whew, I like breathed it into my mouth and tasted it, and that's fun. But, okay. So, the energy for your pile is very rational. Are a lot of you quite air sign heavy in your chart? If you are, let me know. If not, that's okay. I just feel like the air element is really strong for you during your journey right now. Air element represents our consciousness, our awareness. It represents our ability to communicate and translate complex thought into form or into frequency. So this is the realm of frequency, of sorry, I keep saying that word, vibration, of meaning, that kind of a thing. So I hope that that is conveyed clearly to you. But this card of healing that's showing up here, card 29, it says the frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. And it's interesting that actually I like breathed in and tasted that spray, because I do feel like it was supposed to kind of awaken me to my senses and get me to recognize when my senses are telling me about something that was somewhat unenjoyable. It wasn't, you know, a very great taste to be tasting this like spray, you know? And I feel like there's something that you are becoming aware of within your physical body that is trying to get you to recognize something around you. So I feel like a lot of you are very much already connected to your spiritual gifts. You've gone through, you know, either one or multiple awakening processes. You've been really integrating your spiritual awareness. And there's something here where you're at the point where you need to step into a period of healing. It's like part of that cycle, you know, where we maybe accumulate experiences that then we need to integrate and then we need to heal, something like that. So there's something here about being in a cyclical process where you're at this point of healing and you're entering into this healing experience. And for a lot of you, I feel that you're resisting it because you're resisting your physical body, and your physical body is represented here as your oracle. And this is something that I tell my clients when I read for them in person. I always invite them to get into a meditative state, to breathe into the body, to connect with what the body or the oracle of the spirit is trying to communicate. And as I'm saying this, I'm actually drawn to a ladybug that's sitting next to me in my garden. And so it's reminding me that this is going to bring a lot of happiness and fortune. For a lot of you, I think you're kind of afraid of what your body is going to tell you about your real life and about your emotional state. And I think that this angel's coming through, which I am feeling is more connected to Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Raphael, just because of the colors that are on here. But I feel like they're wanting to come through and deliver this message to you right now and hold you in this space of love and comfort and rest, and allowing you to really receive this information, because a lot of you, I feel, are really needing to heal your receptive energies, the ability to accept information, accept energy from outside of you, because a lot of you have been very self-reliant. And trust me, I'm not passing judgment. I do this too. So this message, you know, I'm channeling it for a reason. I'm the one to hold this message for a reason. But it's because Spirit really wants us to be able to move into a space as a human collective where we're much less distrustful of information that we receive, because it's really essential that we have that connection to the spirit realm that is in flow, that is able to heal us from within and open up our own healing abilities from within. A lot of you are healers, and it's very interesting. I've gotten so much information from this one card, but really I do feel like a lot of you, because it's gonna, this is a general reading, there's less specificity that I can bring in that I'd like to, I guess, for that I would usually do like in a personal reading. So maybe for some of you it is time to get a personal reading. If you've been feeling called to get one, this is maybe a confirmation. But yeah, there's this healing ability that's awakening within you, which is, I feel, different than a spiritual awakening, because when we awaken to healing energy or being a healer, that's a bit of a different awareness of ourselves and an integration of like a physical vibration that we get to channel through the body. So this is more of like I guess like a physical awakening in a way. So very interesting. I've never channeled that for someone, but let's tap on this deck to cleanse it. And this is Apocalyptic Theater, which is my own deck. So we're gonna get a little bit more from your angels and see what they want to say to you right now about your journey. Just 2 cards. Whew, and they're like flying out. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Advisor of Air. So again, just confirming that air energy that's around you. But again, also I feel that there's a lot of earth. So it may just be that connection between those opposite elements of air and earth. Just really that like mind-body connection being highlighted. And we have an 8 here to clarify the Knight of Earth. So the Knight of Earth talks about potentially, like I said before, this cycle, because you have 2 circles going on, and this geometric formation is, I believe, 6 circles, and then 6 more circles, and 6 more circles. So the number 6 might be important there. But here again, it's talking about this cycle, and it also talks about a projection as well. For a lot of you, there are people around you that I feel you may be suppressing energies of like jealousy towards, and this is not like shame at all, but I feel like it's important to look at that jealousy or that experience of almost like, I feel like jealousy may be too harsh of an emotion. You may actually recognize this as admiration for a lot of you. But there may be healers or guides that you've been connected to where you're like, wow, their gifts are just so developed, or they're so far along, and you're projecting onto them that they're actually at like in a hierarchy compared to you. Whereas I feel that your consciousness is needing you to shift to heal your relationship to hierarchy, to heal your relationship to your own gifts and abilities as well, because I feel that you're being called right now by the angels to recognize that you have a different way of approaching, and it's not quantifiable against other people's gifts. And so there's something here about not projecting your shadow onto others, not putting a spotlight onto, or I guess maybe putting the spotlight onto these places within you so that you can see them and see that they're becoming, they're kind of like running away with your life force. You're allowing these fear-based energies to really mess with you, because I feel like a lot of you have a very bright light. It means that the shadows around you can be deeper, if that makes sense. Like there's a high contrast going on between you and a lot of the energies around you as a result of you diminishing your own power and believing that your power is less than it really is. The Furka card is the 0, the numberless arcana. This talks about, Furka in Latin means fork in the road. well, I added the in the road, but it means fork. So this, can talk about the ways that we nourish ourselves if we think about fork as a tool, but also fork as a choice. When we're on a path and there's a fork there's a choice to go on one path or another. And right now, I feel that they lead to the same place. It's just one's going to be easier, and the easier route is actually you being able to believe in your own healing abilities and your abilities to move into a different state of being that doesn't have to rely so much on the pain of the past, because this figure is meant to be sitting on kind of a pile of their own like manifested fears, their own manifested shadow. So I feel like a lot of you also, this is a side note that they're bringing me to, you're a really important person in terms of the collective. Like, you have a very important role in terms of helping our human existence move forwards, because you're supposed to hold onto these healing energies and really allow them to like infuse them into the lives of the people around you as well. So let's get some information from the Beyond Lemuria Oracle, an affirmation of some sorts, just from your angels right now, from your spirit guides. I am feeling that your spirit guides are coming through a little bit more clearly than your angels right now. They've kind of stepped out and they want your spirit guides to be able to speak. So this is what they want to say. We've got this like rainbow dragon on here. Or it's like a crystalline dragon. And do you see this figure here who has like an open heart with this like swirling energy coming out? So some of you look into the spiritual significance of dragons and see which ones you resonate with, as well as crows or ravens, because I feel like that's the birds that are floating around here. So radical expansion. It is time for radical ways of being and thinking, and you can start by granting yourself the freedom and creativity to be you. Unleash your inner rainbow dragon and unapologetically claim your heart-based empowerment and radiantly unconventional gifts. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as your ideas or offerings may be, they could be just what the world is waiting for, what the world wants. Be the masterpiece your soul always wanted you to be. So for a lot of you, it's all about getting rid of these self-imposed voices of negativity, of disbelief, of discrediting that you've internalized and accepted as a part of your reality. And your angels are saying this is the limiting block for you moving forward and stepping through a portal, I feel, that they're holding open for you to improve your life in many ways that you've been really craving. Radical. The word radical means from the root, and that's why I actually have it tattooed right here on my arm. And so there's something about this where it's really, really essential right now for you to get to the root of an issue and allow yourself to forgive yourself and others for those experiences in the past, because you need to be able to get through this healing period in order to really express your gifts and integrate them into your life. So I'm going to get a final message from the Dream Interpretation Oracle cards. These are going to give an insight as to something that your angels are communicating to you in your dream space or in your waking life. Just a theme that is coming up a lot for you right now. So please, just 1 or 2 cards for my pile number 2. Okay, we got 2 cards. I had a feeling there was going to be 2. Buying and food. So for some of you, this is very literal. Be mindful of what you're purchasing at the grocery store. Be mindful of what you're consuming. This can also be on an energy level, because I'm thinking about when for example, you're watching my video right now, so you're in a way buying into my content and supporting my channel. Now, I'm a much smaller channel, so it's not necessarily like doing anything monetarily for me at this moment, but potentially in the future it is. But anyway, sorry, that's like a little bit of a sidetrack. But like, for me, when I hear something or see something in a show or a movie, or a YouTube video or any type of like content that I'm consuming, I'm realizing that I'm in a way paying energetically for that thing, even if it's not me necessarily buying the video or paying into the movie or the content. Does that make sense? So there's something about like, be careful what your energy is demanding and what you're energetically supporting within your life. This can also be like, if you're buying food or products at the store that are extremely undervalued, so it's like causing there to be exploitation for others. Like, I'm being drawn to, like, there's this website in the United States where I live that people use a lot called like AliExpress, and it's like a super cheap buying website where you can buy things, you know, for like $3 or like $5, and a lot of the stuff's like made in China or like made in these like sweatshops throughout the world, where like the workers are like really exploited. So like, I don't know, that's kind of a tangent, but like in a way, like, I feel like your angels, your guides are really wanting you to pay attention to where you've been like putting your money and what kind of behind the scenes is going on there. And also, if you're needing to listen to your body by what's it called? Nourishing your body, again, with that fork energy. So food is really important. If you're needing to like nourish your body in certain ways, or you're craving certain things and you're trying to restrict yourself from those things, you're trying to restrict yourself from those things, there's a message here of allowing your body to be healed through pleasure. So allow yourself to, you know, enjoy that glass of wine. Like, recognize when you reach a point of excess or when there's, you know, too much going on. But I think that right now it's going to be really important for you to make sure you're getting enough of the nutrients that you need, but also allowing yourself to go a little bit beyond and like treat yourself to like the foods that make you feel comfortable and help you to feel safe and taken care of. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you, pile 2. Thank you so very much for being here. I am sending you so much love and so many blessings, and I hope that this reading was able to help you to activate your connection to your angels today and your other higher spirit guides. So thank you so much, and I will see you in another video, my friend. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you selected this final sacred geometry card, this is your reading. So we're going to be racing against the sun a little bit because it's finally starting to get in my reading and I don't want to overheat. But I'm going to take, you know, my time with this reading and really still focus on channeling in your angels and your guides. But I'm just going to let you know if the lighting gets a little weird in your pile, that's why. So your first card, which is your sacred geometry activation, is the throat chakra. This says the frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. I'm really drawn to that second portion of the message because for a lot of you, you're probably already aware of the chakra system. You've probably done work with your throat chakra or with other chakras in your body. But this chakra in general, I feel right now, has been somewhat neglected within your focus that you've been putting on different areas of the body. The throat is not just about our communication, it's also about what we bring into the body. what we integrate into our physical frequency. It also, I feel like the most important part of that is our sense of peace and balance. For a lot of you, I feel that there may be some excess that relates to the throat chakra, and there may be something that wants to be put back into balance in your life, that has to do with something that you consume. This also may be needing to balance your life by communicating more. So if you've been holding back or keeping your truth to yourself, it's honestly going to be a blessing for others, even if it's something that it takes a lot of courage for you to say, for you to communicate your perspective and your truth. Because a lot of you, I feel, this is like, your energy is like shy. You're the type of person who doesn't want to rock the boat too much, and I think it's because you have such a strong heart, and I think that's maybe where you're leading most of your energy from, is from that heart space. But what's really important right now that your angels are coming through to say and to activate you, because these cards are geometry activations, they want you to remember that your ability to communicate, your ability to offer a perspective and turn those thoughts that are in your mind into something physical, like, the vibration of your voice, is really essential. But also, on the other hand, it's also just as important for you to know when to be quiet, to remain silent, and to use your energy deliberately. So if there's someone who's disrespected you recently or made you feel really uncomfortable, taking a step back and not engaging with that person in communication, for some of you, I feel like this is a very strong message and a confirmation of your feelings. So a lot of you need to get in touch with your emotional balance. That's part of what that peace and that balance is talking about with the throat chakra, is that when you balance this energetic system within you, you're going to have a lot more balance within your relationships, because people are going to be able to see you for who you really are. And for some of you, who you really are is a part of you that you're rejecting, because this honest part, this part that feels really deeply and intensely and sensitively, is being suppressed because of your anticipation of what other people might experience if you bring up, for example, like that you're feeling conflict, or that you notice this thing that's bringing you into conflict within yourself. So you're taking on this internal conflict without really prioritizing that this might be making you feel really chaotic within. And so some things, your angels are saying, hey, either you speak up for yourself, or we're going to make you. Like, we're going to put you in a situation where it's going to take more energy for you to keep suppressing this knowledge that you have within you. So the throat chakra, I always feel, is a very mental type of energy, but it does reside down below the head. So it's something where you're able to really bring down and ground some of these higher awarenesses that you're having. So let's go in. I'm going to pull some cards from Apocalyptic Theater, which is the deck that I created. So, angels and guides of pile 3, can we please get more insight into the message that you want to bring to them today? We have the Royal of Air and the Knight of Earth. So 2 court cards, and I'm going to roll a dice because I use the dice as the pip in this deck, and we have a 6. So again, 6s are a number of challenge and balance. So right now, a lot of you are actually experiencing a test within your life to see if you can rise to the occasion. I feel like your guides really want you to be a speaker of some kind in the future. This doesn't have to be in a traditional sense, but your opinions, your perspectives are really important for your mission, especially for a lot of you within emotional relationships with other people in your life, because I do feel like a lot of you really need to express these ideas. You have a very creative mind, and you're someone who can really translate a lot of thoughts and facts into digestible information for people. Because I feel that collectively there's almost like an earthquake building, not like literally, but like I feel like there's going to be a really major like cultural shift for us within, at least by 2025. Things are going to really change, and definitely by 2030. And you're going to be one of those people that really translates and helps some people transition into this experience. A lot of you are extremely patient, and you're very loving and giving. You're somebody who may end up serving people that are in older generations than you, and so that's why I feel like a lot of you are going to have to help some of these people who have maybe been living on Earth longer, and they've been in this Earth illusion, this human illusion for longer, and they're more rigid. And so the Royal of Air shows somebody whose mind, their mental body is connected to the earth. They're extremely in balance with themselves, and they're also able to really cut out toxic, negative thoughts, keep their own mind from going down those like darker parts of the mental body, keeping their mind from attracting negative energy. And you're somebody that really has the ability to purify the mental body of others as well. And so it's really important that you prioritize doing this for yourself right now, because this is going to be like a blueprint that you set up to perform this work with others. And it's funny that I say blueprint, because this is like the flower of life, and it's blue, so it does look like a blueprint in a way. And just the color blue is very prominent in these cards. The 6, again, to me, is always a number of challenge and trial before we have a blessing. So a lot of you are feeling like you're ready for the blessing, but your guides want to make sure that you've understood the other lessons, because this is kind of like the larger, this is like when you're in elementary school and they make you take these series of like tests, and then there's like a final test, or when you're in high school actually, and you take at least in the United States, I had to do this when I was younger. This may not be really a thing anymore, but we took like the practice SAT, and then we took the like finalized like SAT test. So there's like this idea of like being able to really wrap all these lessons together and see if you're able to like move through that portal that they want for you. The Knight of Earth, too, talks about being able to allow for yourself to be led by more spontaneous forces than you. So for a lot of you, I feel that you're not as comfortable on the earth plane at all. And so it's really important for you to learn to love your experience on the earth and to connect with the energy of the earth plane a lot more comfortably, so that you don't have to feel like you have to retreat so often. Your guides are really wanting to pull you into this path of like miraculous transformation with this domino effect. They want you to feel confident knowing that you're being guided by animal spirits, by earth spirits, by angelic spirits, by even other physical embodied like guides who are elevated on the spiritual plane. This reading in particular, I feel, is going to be one that helps you to feel connected, because you're among a collective of people who are experiencing the same thing as you, so there's no need to feel afraid or upset, because you're not alone in this experience, and this is the proof of that. So let's get I'm feeling called to the Dream Interpretation Oracle right now, so I want to get some insight from your angels, from your higher spirit guides, as to what physical experiences might be connected to this. And we got books. So, and on the bottom of the deck is loneliness, and I feel like this is important to bring up, because I do feel like a lot of you do feel very solitary. Even if you have people around you, it just doesn't feel like you're fully able to connect with everyone right now, and it's because of this throat chakra energy being imbalanced. And so the books here are gonna I feel like connect you to people who are historical figures who were very marginalized and felt very alone within their spiritual journey. So look into some of these figures throughout history, or if you already have, maybe reconnect with those stories, because I feel like they're really essential. And for some of you, this may mean like going to the library or doing some research where you're actually reading, because I feel like it's gonna help you to like build up that courage from within, because you're gonna have some kind of like philosophical information that allows you to like help integrate this rebalancing period and get through this challenge. So it's almost like studying for this test in a way, and I feel like that's a really essential part to this experience. And I'm drawn to this like person in a rocking chair back here, and there's like a little alien type figure offering them like a Rubik's Cube. So there's something here about being able to solve this puzzle because of whatever you read, as well as there's even like alien like spaceships going to Saturn. So this feels like remembering information that you've known in past lifetimes or on other planets, if you do resonate with that experience, that you've been almost has been like hidden for you because of Saturn's influence in your life or in your chart. So Saturn being that like disciplinarian, the laws of karma, the laws of time. And so it's like now, because you're going through this test period, you're able to reawaken this knowledge to allow you to pass this test, if that makes sense. So beautiful, interesting information, pile 3. And as I looked at the clock, it's 13:13. So definitely big, like if we're gonna go on the major arcana, big death type of energy, big transition. And I feel like you're gonna laugh when you look back at this time period in your life 6 months or a year from now, because things are gonna be so radically different in a year. Okay, we got your card. So this is a card from your angels and your guides to close out this reading. This is going to be a bit more concrete information. I wish I could I guess you can see it more. It's just like in the shade. It's just not working. That's why I warned you about the lighting beforehand. But it's nice that the sun has come through to really get some illumination into this reading. But anyway, look at this image and just see if anything stands out to you. And just let your subconscious mind take on the colors and the image. And I'm going to read it to you now. So it says, Manifestia. You can decide how you want to live. The universe fully supports your choice to step into the optimal version of yourself. Dream big, then dream bigger. Now is a great time to start the projects you've been considering. All it takes is some pollination. Be creative with your visioning. Sow the seeds of reality you want to experience through affirmative thinking and higher intention. Then anchor or ground your dream seeds. Manifest from the heart. Overcome fear. Take strong, positive action and let go of the outcome. Know and trust your dreams are already on their way and expect to see results. Yeah, so pile 3, that's why before I even read this, I was saying you're going to look back in a year, 6 months from now, and you're going to laugh at this time period, because you're going to see how serendipitous this time period was. And the Knight of Earth to me is a very serendipitous type of card, because it talks about us, being in that night stage. So we're not quite sure about where we're going to end up, but all we have is that willpower to pull us forward through a very slow moving energy, especially with that earth energy being emphasized in that card. So whereas you're stilling your mind and you're aligning your ability to communicate and also manifest through the words that you're even thinking, shifting your consciousness, it's going to lead to a physical transformation where your life upgrades and changes, and things around you are just going to seem so much more in flow as you accomplish this inner work and you feel this this expansion from within. And then you're going to be able to manifest and see, again, we have this butterfly. So there's 2 butterflies in this reading, showing that the butterfly effect is in effect, I guess, in your life. And one little change is going to make so many, so much of a difference in your life, and so many differences, I guess, because I feel like there's going to be like a ripple effect into your reality. But that's all I'm seeing for you, pile 3. I will see you in another reading, my friends. I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings, and I'm so grateful to have had you here today. Bye.